business owner or employer who is looking to get better organized? Do you need professional hiring help? Or do you need an employee behavioral analysis conducted on a troublesome employee? Welcome to our 1-week virtual business consultation. Use promo code BTBW20 and get 20% off your first 1-week virtual business consultation at Consulting for Heightened Awareness. Hello, welcome back to another video on the channel where healing and spiritual growth are front and center. This video shout out goes to all fellow warriors, true blue fellow warriors, that is, yes. All right, now that we are fully aware that we have Jezebels out here posing as chosen ones, okay. But, you know, like all things, we eventually see through that too, don't we? True chosen children of God. There you go. All right, so I want to get on here, okay, and cover this because I don't want y'all to get tripped up. See, you know how God tells us not to think more highly of ourselves than we ought to, right? That means don't let status, position, titles, and things like that go to your head. That's how the Jezzy gets them. I've said that many times here and elsewhere because it's true. So when they let, you know, even in the toxic workplaces that we've seen it happen, they'll let these titles, statuses, and positions go to their head. And the Jezebel gets them. That's how it happened in the spiritual. Because as soon as they think, oh, and that goes for gender too, you all. If they think that they're better than everybody else because they're a particular, that is a mindset. All right, be mindful of that. Watch out. And so we have to be very careful. Okay, not walking on eggshell, all right, but just vigilance and awareness, right? Oh man, that covers a ton of things. Because the enemy's always going to be out there making things appear bigger than they really are. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. Has anybody else noticed this with the avatar? The head on the avatar? And the little bitty bodies? Come on. That's the big head. That's, yeah, is a mindset. I thought that was pretty intriguing. I know I made my avatar on Facebook and I looked at it and that was the first thing God revealed to me. I was like, the head is really big compared to the proportion of the body. That should tell you something right there. The enemy is always trying to make things appear bigger than they really are, including himself. Like I say on the Patreon channel, the enemy's small. He is very small. That's right, because God is all powerful. God is in control of all. Everything. Right? God is in control of everything. This is why we learn to say, you know what? God got this. We just turn it all over to God and let God do what God got to do. Absolutely. Because he knows what he's doing. And we know that with God, all things are possible. So for anybody who might be wondering, like, well, wait, after that whole ordeal, what all that case study and stuff like that, listen, you all, the, let's just say things or whatever are very minor. Okay, very minor. Nothing that a nice ice pack and a little bit of, I guess you could say, vitamin supplements. Yeah, that's it, just some vitamins and an ice pack. We good. Good. That's how minor they all are, really. Okay, you all. And so, just in case you were wondering. And I want to say thank you on here as well for all of you who have reached out and expressed your, you've expressed your compassion and empathy over the ordeal that I described happening, okay? At the end of that case study. But I will tell you the lessons learned are valuable. Alright, so like I say on the Patreon channel, yes, this is going to be the one thing I'm going to bring both, okay, because I branch out from here on the Patreon channel and we dive deeper, and I go more intimate and deeper on the Patreon channel and we got sermons over there and all of that too, and that is also a membership channel that yeah, for those who want to further support the ministry and the work, can do so, and for as little as $5 a month, and it all goes back into the community. Okay, everything does. Everything that comes into CHA goes right back into the community, so that when I do these case studies, I can bring y'all the results that God needs me to share with you, because we are in a spiritual battle for the mind. Yeah. And remember, like I said in several of the live streams, that listen, when it becomes us no longer walking, but Christ who walks through us, yeah, you can't kill the spirit. Not after that. Not once we are awakened and the Holy Spirit is activated and we become aware. The heightened awareness. It's like I say in a video, if it hasn't already gone public, later on, remember you all, something about this channel. Alright? I don't want y'all to get tripped up. I have mentioned it before. This is not a secret. I schedule videos out. So you'll see some videos where my hair is long and then I'll come on and all of a sudden it's like, what? I'm not wearing a wig. Okay, you all. So don't let the enemy confuse you, okay? But videos that are coming have been scheduled out way in advance, okay? That's how we operate, right? We're not sitting around doing this, okay? So for those who did not know that, now you do. Okay, just like on the Patreon channel, we started scheduling videos out over there as well. Any platform, this is a tip for whoever needs it. Real quick, I'm going to take a break from the message. Real quick, I know, I'm going to get back to it. But somebody needs this. Okay, this tip. I've given it over on Facebook as well. That if you are on the entrepreneurial journey and you are across several different platforms, you want to look in to see, to make it a little more simpler for you to develop some sort of a structure, a social strategy, so to speak. If they offer scheduling option, I highly encourage you use those. Pinterest has it, okay? Facebook had the scheduling option. Instagram has the Instagram scheduling. Once you post and you hit OK, scroll down and under the advanced settings, you'll see a spot right there to toggle on, schedule this reel, okay? Right, you'll see that. And then, YouTube, Patreon. Now, TikTok also offers scheduling. The caveat with that at this time in June 30th of 2023 that I know about is that in order to schedule on TikTok, you have to do it on the PC. So we typically have refrained from scheduling on TikTok at this time. We were doing it, but that was more than what I was like. You know what? We're gonna do what we're gonna do. Okay, we'll get back to scheduling over there. Sure, once they make it available to schedule through the app. Unless it is available and I just haven't found it yet. So if any of y'all know about TikTok, if they allow scheduling through the TikTok app, can you drop that in the comments for me below? I appreciate it. Or if and when that becomes available, because that would just be a lot simpler as far as the device I use to do those for those platforms. Yes, okay, different devices for the different platforms that we use, okay? Because obviously I'm not going to have all apps on a business phone. Well, actually both phones kind of are business phones. However, we keep things organized in a specific way. And many of you may not know this, but those in the tech world, we got to think about our device storage capacities as well, okay? So there's the other thing behind the apps, not having them all on one, okay? Alright, so there you go, you all. If the platform offers a scheduling option, we highly encourage you to use those. If this is part of what God has called you to do, and you are creating content across multiple platforms, that's just going to make it easier for you to develop a structure. And it also falls right in line with the 5 P's, okay? It helps you develop a system, so to speak. Not a routine, because God will switch it up from time to time. but it will help you start utilizing those 5 P's that you'll learn about in the 5 P coaching course at CHA Academy. And never forget, you all, that perk for the 5 P coaching course, that's right, is that once you enroll, you have lifetime access to the content and the community forum. Spiritual Warriors for Christ, Chosen One, that's that. And so you have the option with that as well. One-time payment or 5 monthly installment, whichever works best for you, to help you get into that. Yep, utilizing the 5 P's and scheduling the content if that's what you're called to do. But the 5 P's apply to all areas of life, including cooking a new recipe, all of that, okay? Use your self-thinking. But the devil likes to keep things looking bigger than they really are. And so to help y'all put that perspective, I'll never forget when I launched the website, or I shall say we, the Godhead and I, when we launched the website, we're consulting for heightened awareness. I'm going to tell you, yes, the vultures out there in this world started sending me emails trying to, they want to help me with this, want to help me with that. I'm like sitting here going, what do y'all think here? And then I know with one network that was trying to make CHA appear bigger than it really is, I was like, okay, no, we're not going to let that. No, it's not going to work. We're not to think more highly of ourselves than we ought to. We don't want to develop that sense of high-mindedness. No. Because when you get there as a mindset, like I say often, you can't humble yourself. I mean, truly humble yourself before God, because to do that, all right, and stay, kind of pretty much low-key, so to speak, humble yourself before God. Not thinking and seeing things bigger than they really are. You see things as they are. That's a threat to the enemy right there. Oh yeah, because we see things as they are. True blue chosen one, spiritual warriors for Christ. We can see things exactly as they are. And we no longer let the enemy trick us into thinking that we didn't see what we saw or heard what we heard. That's that cognitive dissonance talking. Trying to make excuses for it. And that's the other thing that Jesse case study was doing a lot of. Trying to make excuses for this and for that, for this and for that, when I was just bluntly say, it is what it is. And then they would try to make excuses. Months. Yeah. Like 7, 8, 9 months later, still doing it. That really clued me in. I'm like, because they should stop doing that by then, long before then, as part of the trauma healing and spiritual growth. If they're serious about it, by that 8, 9 month mark, they should not be making excuses. If you are a true blue chosen one, you are going to not make excuses anymore. You're going to see things as they are. You're going to call them as they are. That's the righteous being bold as a lion. Call things as they are. You see them as they are. We don't dismiss or excuse bad behaviors anymore. We don't make excuses for them. The enemy can't hide in plain sight. The enemy is not as big as he thinks he is. Because he's not omnipresent. Let that sink in. The enemy is not as big as he thinks he is because he is not omnipresent. He can't be. Only God can be omnipresent. That's that God spirit within. That's in you, in me, and another fellow chosen one. Another fellow chosen one. We're out here. Yeah. We are out here. Might be a little scattered here and there, but we are here. And so for anyone who is wondering, listen, it's just the spiritual battle for the mind, all about appearances, right? Okay, see, this is one thing we come to learn about narcissistic abusers. They're all about their public image. No, y'all, we're not talking about a particular style, all right? If we got a style that we like and that God said, all right, yeah, because we're sanctified, meaning we're set apart. We're supposed to stand out, not follow the crowd. So we adopt and take on our own unique style. That's not what we're talking about. Right? God's like, that's cool. He chose that for us. Okay? But the narcissistic abusers, they are all about a public image. They have, you know what? it reminds me of that saying going around that says that those who are solely focused on maintaining a public image, well, that's got to be exhausting. Seriously, that has got to be exhausting. I can't even imagine. Don't want to. I'm not going to waste God's time with that either. All right, you all? Seriously. So the enemy is always going to try to make things appear as bigger than they really are. Remember something else. All right? Yes, you all. Yes, that Jezzy did not come at me looking as an angel of light. No. It's all past that. The devil can't appear as the angel of light in front of us anymore once we are fully healed. We are over that rainbow. Got that balance between the physical and the spiritual, and we're able to keep them separate. We can discern properly. Once we get to that point, the enemy don't appear as the angel of light no more in front of us. That childlike appearance, that's the trap that I talked about quite a while ago in one of the YouTube videos, y'all. If you have not seen that one, I highly encourage you to do that, because that's going to help a lot of y'all stop falling for that angel of light with a childlike appearance on these narcs out here. Because that's what they'll do. Okay? So for those of you who may be at the beginning and you're just now waking up, be aware of that. Alright? Because that childlike appearance that they pull, it is the enemy appearing as the angel of light. And that's the trap. And they do that to try to lure you in and tug at the heartstring. Okay? Yeah, we don't want you to get tripped up. So, yes, it's in the title. Hey, it is in the title that the childlike appearance is a trap. It's in the title. Thank you for your patience. Let me write that down. I'm going to link that in the video description below. Let's see, childlike appearance. There we go. That way y'all can go right to it when you finish this one. Because it's so important. And that's the thing. That's another way the enemy likes to make things look bigger than they really are as well, when you think about it. Okay, that's kind of part of, it's just another way that he'll do it. Okay, so don't fall for that. Alright, because there comes a time in the spiritual awakening and God's reality where we don't see that anymore, because it doesn't really exist. Because the enemy and his demon spirit cannot exist without a human host. Let that sink in. Okay? That childlike appearance. It doesn't come at us anymore because it's not real. It's an illusion. Just like there's a lot of illusions on this world stage. Right? That childlike appearance. It's not real. It's just the enemy appearing as the angel of light. When we can start to see right through that. And we see things as they are. We see the person for who they are and what they are. And we no longer get fooled. Yes, again, for those who need a reminder, there are going to be times where we're going to have to act the fool to let the fool think they're fooling up. And so that's exactly what we did. Okay, you all? And no, that's not being deceptive. That's keeping the peace. And then also for those of us assigned to turning narcs into case study, especially when we come across a different flavor of Jezebel, well, it's kind of what we got to do. It's not for deception. It's to do what they do. See how God takes what the enemy dishes out and flips it for his glory, right? Okay, so when I turn them into case study, I'm gathering data to bring to you all. Yeah, bringing that darkness to light. Exposing the wicked behaviors and not naming names. God knows who they are. We don't have to name names. But if I identify one as a Jezebel, I'm going to bring it to you. Absolutely. It's what we do. Boots on the ground. And that one even thought they were boots on the ground for a while. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of the stuff that came out of the Jezzy's mouth was just very, very, very childlike. Yeah, it was very childlike, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Okay. While giving off the appearance of trying to help the ministry, while actually being a hindrance to it. So that's why God said it was time to close the case study. And so that's why things went down the way they did. God knew that was going to happen. That's why he had this all planned out and already restoring everything that the enemy tried to steal, kill, and destroy. I'm here to tell y'all he does in many, many ways. So we always have to learn that just be patient. But the enemy is always going to be out there trying to make things appear as though they're not. Making things look bigger than they really are. Try to. But true blue chosen one, we can sit here and go, okay, it's a blue pen. It's the regular size for a pen. We see it as it is. Oh, looky there. Consulting for heightened awareness. Oh. I mean, seriously, you all. We see things as they are. And we don't look at... we never... I don't know about y'all, but I never did. I never looked at, quote-unquote, celebs. There's no such thing as a celebrity, you all. That's just for glitz and glam on the world stage and for entertainment. I had my tax preparer even knew that. Alright, so for those who didn't know that, now you do. There's no such thing because there's plenty of room on the world stage for everybody getting their perfect. Or, in the case of narcs, put on a show. It is a world stage after all, isn't it? Alright, y'all gotta have some laughter here. Okay, gotta make light of some of this stuff. Because what goes on inside that narcissistic abuse matrix is not, oh my goodness. And not only that, being in the spiritual, it is deep. It's very deep. But that's what goes on inside that narcissistic abuse bubble, matrix. Is where the enemy likes to make things appear bigger than they truly are. Over exaggeration. That's a big way. Just like narcs do. Overblowing things, making mountains out of molehills. And they accuse us of doing that. When we're just sitting here going, dude, we should call it as it is. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. We're just calling it as it is. And they are accusing us of making a mountain out of a molehill. Like I said, oh, this pen is blue. Okay. And then the narc will go, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. That's all part of their game to try and induce confusion. When we know darn well that we were not making a mountain out of a molehill. We were just calling it as it is. And see, that's the biggest threat to the enemy, you all. Yeah. And when God revealed that to me, I was like, well then. Too bad. Because when God takes the worldview blinders off and puts his blinders on, meaning the spiritual lenses, okay? We are now wearing spiritual glasses. No rose-tinted lenses. Not in God's reality. No more rose-tinted lenses. We're not walking around out there thinking that every human being we meet is truly a genuinely good person. No, we test the spirit by the spirit. And we can tell. Y'all, yeah, seriously, we can tell. Chosen one, yes, okay? The more we do it, the more we notice, okay? And I have picked up on the occasional trance, like in a trance, trance, like in a trance. I have picked up on that here and there with certain things, but it's not a negative one, because when you stop and think about it, chosen one, we're in God's reality. We're in the spiritual awakening. So we're also appearing to them as though we're walking in a trance. Think about it for a second. Now, God is not about appearances. No. Outward appearances. No. This is a different, okay? This being used in a different context. Okay? As where I noticed that there's some who seem to walk around in a trance, but they snap out of it long enough to do their job and things like that. So, but it's not a robotic trance. And the robotic hypnosis is what these narcissistic abusers are under. There's a difference. Okay? There's a difference. As though they may be appearing as though they're walking around in a trance, it's not that big. And it's not evil. And it's not, because remember, it's that there's that balance. And it's not, it's not, see if I can find the right word here. It's not an unrighteous thing. It's just, that's that. And so we can be considered walking around in a trance as well, because we're not following the crowd, you know what I'm saying? We're not following those robotic narcs who are hypnotized. And y'all know, from down there in the rabbit hole, we know where that's coming from. Yep, we know it's through that frequency that they're getting hypnotized. And they're being perfectly programmed to do what? The bidding of the devil. There you go. All right, everyone, as always, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. All right, everybody? Yay! And keep on going. All right, keep on keeping on. And don't fall for the devil's illusion of it appearing bigger than it really is. Because true chosen ones, spiritual warriors for Christ, we can see it for what it is. And we don't over-exaggerate. And we don't underestimate. Or overestimate. True blue chosen one, we keep the balance. Right? That cosmic balance. Oh, yeah. All right, don't hesitate to reach out, again, with any questions you might have. All right, for additional information, insight, and other good stuff, you could check out these videos right here. Sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your support. Till next time, let's show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father. And you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.